Faint or faint?
Oh,
F-E-I-N-T.
it started.
Ah.
So, yes, Hack the Planet, episode 10. Faint is Faint.
So it's people passing out. That's the idea.
Well, or just being like hard to see and stuff, right? Like
Oh, okay.
you're faint.
Because I thought it was F-E-I-N-T. I thought it was sort of like,
Oh no.
I'm not going that way. Misdirection. I'm going the other way.
No. Instead you're like hardly perceptible type
Okay,
thing.
cool.
Yeah. And so you're all in Silk Falls after a job well done. You can take, let's give you guys status +1 with the Oaza as well, because you helped them out. They were being, slowly taken over by Nourish because nobody was here to defend them. But when they realized that you outwitted them and hacked the fields and they couldn't make a profit here anyway, there was no reason for them to stay. And I'm sure had they stayed, the townsfolk and the villagers would have just been like gonna mess them up or something anyway. So they would have evacuated. And then we will go into downtime. Cool. So let's start with Alex.
Alrighty.
Filter it up. What does filter want to do? Downtime? Any projects?
Man, I have no idea. But I've got some stress. So that's a cool way to de-stress.
Well, we can do the stress. We can do a Daredevil stress thing together, can't we?
Yeah, sure, you could do that. You all have the Daredevil one, and then you could get an extra die.
I don't know if it will really matter, but what I was thinking is we keep talking about doing like the street racing, so we could do Daredevil street racing as our downtime activity together.
So they're like, great, we got Nourish out of here, but we got these fucking hooligans racing their cars.
No way.
Not only do we go street racing, we play handball while street racing.
Okay. No. This is going to be like jet skis through the aqua farms.
With handball.
With handball, yeah, definitely.
Is that Daredevil? Is that Daredeviling? I don't know.
Well, it depends how many cops are after you.
I guess. So it's Daredevil because you're trying to attract police to outrun them.
Yeah, let's steal some jet skis and then do this.
Well, see, there are two teams. We're going against somebody else. We're like against another team, and so it's a matter of like getting as many points as possible without your team getting caught by the cops. What? No.
Okay.
Come on. What? Oh, okay. Let's throw a halo jump into it, and then Fraser will be on board.
Yeah, well, that's Daredevil-ish, right?
Okay, we're playing handball while doing a halo jump into an aqua park.
Okay, that sounds.
There's also probably some cool waterfalls, right? Because it's like this has got a dual layer of stratified geography, right?
Yep.
Like the desert up there, and then like all the green stuff underneath.
Can I join in on this too?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yes, I'm not joining in on this. I'm going to church for the first time in 5 years.
Oh, you're not going? Oh.
Wow.
Spurned.
Yeah.
Okay. So.
Yeah. See. Do you actually? Does Heatsink realize that we have the Daredevil one? So when we do a downtime with Daredevil, there's nothing bad that can happen to us.
Yeah. You just get stress.
Yeah, we just have a blast.
Or you remove stress. You don't get stress.
Yeah. We're adrenaline junkies.
Yeah.
And good at it.
Yeah. We're really good at it.
They have to invent their own sports.
Because, yeah, every time we invent one, then it's just like, it's been done. Time to move on to the next big thing, right, Filter?
Yeah. And stream it.
So who are we? Yeah, and then we stream it, right? So that's the thing. We record it and we stream it because we're the streamers. So.
Cool. So in this particular case, you are going to be jumping or water skiing off of the Silk Falls then? Is that what's happening? Or
Yes.
what is
Sounds
happening?
Sure. I was thinking we went out to the ocean or something like that, but yeah, whatever.
Oh, into the ocean, yeah.
'Cause I was thinking like an aqua farm or something like that. So we were actually like still sort of hitting Nourish because we were hitting their aqua farms. Like,
Oh, okay.
oh man, we're disrupting their, we're sending waves into their aqua farms, and so they're sending their local security after us, and we're just like, hey, dude, you're too slow.
Gotcha. Okay.
And the
Sounds
camera is on the ball.
Yeah, exactly. Totally.
good. That would like make me throw up or something.
But Halo
That is
jumping
exactly the point.
At least Halo jumping, you're not like getting tossed around like your point of view. Right? I think.
I guess it depends what you do when you're Halo jumping. We always take it to the next level, Fraser.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, so people can indulge their vice, whoever's all needing to do that.
Okay, coolness. Dum, ba, ba.
I don't really need to, but
But that's the fun.
this is my vice, doing new things. So
It doesn't matter. It's fun. That's,
do I get a bonus dice for the other people, or how does that work?
Oh, because
Yeah.
it's a group action, so we get a bonus?
It's not a group action, but when you do a downtime activity with a friend, you get an additional die.
Okay, cool. Well, we're doing it with 2 friends, so we get additional die.
Just one. It doesn't
Right, I got
matter.
that. I got that as not. Did it do it?
Yeah.
Oh, it did do it. Yay.
Everyone's highest is a 5 there. So 5, 5, and 4 for filter. And you didn't overindulge, which is lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Jet's name is so long that it won't even tell you how much stress an 8 is too. That's funny. But with filter, it's like they have 3 stress. It's like it's a helpful thing to know, I guess. But when you can't overindulge, it doesn't really matter, right? So whatever. Okay. Wolfie, how's religion?
Awkward because I abandoned this place some time ago, and most of my worship has been by myself in dirty puddles, which hasn't gone so well. So this is like the first time in a long time that I've gone to like the temple here that worships all the water and stuff, and it's like, oh shit, these people actually give a shit about water and its purity and all that jazz. So I figure it's very like a natural, let lots of water carved into the rock faces and stuff because the building is sort of let the water run where it will.
Sweet. And then is this a vice thing too, or is this something else?
I think this is a vice. This is a vice thing. So I have faith and daredevil.
Gotcha. Going the other way.
I really want to overindulge with this. So
your friends left town, and now you're picking up the pieces.
Yes, I got a 5. Cool. I clear all my stress and I overindulge.
So what do you choose?
What is my choice options?
It is attract trouble, select or roll an additional entanglement, brag about your exploits, +2 heat, lost, play a different character until this one returns from their bender, tapped, your current purveyor cuts you off, find a new source for your vice.
I can see it being either the first one or the last one, just with like it causing trouble to the sense that like some people who do frequent this temple are like, hey man, like you can't just waltz in here and like pretend like you've been here the whole time kind of thing. Which could cut it off for me or could cause trouble, I don't know.
Yeah, well, who is that betrayer? Was it
Rihanna, wasn't it?
Yeah, Reyna,
sorry.
No worries. Yeah, maybe she goes to this place as well, right?
Yeah, totally.
Maybe she can be an entanglement.
I love that.
Let's see what makes sense. Because you can roll in select or roll an additional entanglement, so you can choose something that would be fun.
What does it mean by select or roll?
Like you could choose one.
So an entanglement has to be with a faction?
Generally it does, but you could always like adapt something.
What if we had a reporter latch onto us? Is that a thing?
Yes, that could be a thing. Oh, catch the attention of a trace.
Wolfie, do you want it to be a thing?
I always wanted it to be a thing.
Paparazzi. Ooh, we could have paparazzi.
Famous streamers sighted at the Silk Falls Temple.
It's her! And then mob around the temple. Oh my god, it's Wolfie! Wolfie!
I know what would be exciting. Is when you go to this temple to pray. I think you Boondock Saint style go in to pray when there's like already a sermon happening, basically, and you catch like the tail end. And the guy is talking about praying for Reyna, who hasn't been seen in some time. And yeah, you know that she was fairly loyal, right? To Durish?
Not like me. Oh, to Nourish, yeah.
Yeah. She eventually told you what you needed to hear, but she was pretty ingrained into the company. And so when they left, if they found out what she did, perhaps there was a reprisal of some kind.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So that's your little tip thing happening.
Awesome. That was cool.
Thanks.
I like it. You go to church and you get the additional guilt that the person that you got to betray you got guilt from church. Isn't that perfect?
Yeah, totally perfect.
Yeah.
That's start a long-term project.
Yeah. Yeah, you got Catholicism. Cool. So, how about Filter's second downtime action?
I've got a plan this time. I'm going to do some personal training, which I think gives us 2, right? Got
depends,
that thing?
Depends what you train.
Whatchamacallit? Playbook advancement thing?
Yeah, you've got that. You've got
Sweet
Resolve and Personal, and those will give you double, if you like. So what do we see on screen? What does it look like?
Well, Filter's been thinking that we really need to be able to move fast in really stressful situations. So I think we see Filter standing on the front of her car, the speedster. No, I don't regret that name. As it's like speeding towards a wall, like desperately like messing around with like the engine and parts. Like as it's just about to hit the wall, you see Filter like yank out some electronics and suddenly like spins out, throwing Filter off. Like as she rolls up and dusts herself off, she's like, "Yeah, I know how to do this now."
Nice.
I'll take aptitude.
Which is what?
Can you special armor to resist the consequence of mechanical failure?
Very nice. You got that special armor. Good.
Yeah.
Cool. How about heatsink?
I kind of want to start a project, but I don't know what to do. Is there anything we need as a group, or are we close to an act of God? Is there a clock for that?
We could start a clock. Like, you want to look for one?
Sure.
What kind of one do you want to look for?
What are the options?
Well, mostly I'm looking for like what tier so I can set the clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
What tier are we?
Yeah, that's what I was
You're
gonna say.
tier 1, right?
Okay.
Let me check.
We're still just tier 1? Yeah, we are.
Yeah, tier 1 in a weak position.
So the active gods have tiers too? I didn't realize that.
So you want to get a tier 2?
Sure.
Okay. That'll just be a 4 o'clock then. Oops, I clicked the wrong button. I just am gonna make it.
Can we have an insect swarm?
Where is it? Where did it go? Oh, dang. That's funny.
Did you roll something?
I'll just make it on your... or can you make it on your sheet, actually? I forgot that my Roll20 account was like full. Like I reached the gig or whatever of free space. So then I went on like a deleting spree. I just like control shifted like tons of stuff and I deleted all the clogs.
Uh-huh.
Like the pictures of each one that you need to use, you know? So, but that's fine. We can just use the ones built into the sheets. Just make a 4 o'clock. That's probably better anyway, actually.
Oh, there's the clock button. I was just using notes.
Yeah, you can actually make a clock on your sheet, and if you click the little alarm thing, you can broadcast it to the chat menu and everything too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
See, there you go. Okay, so how is it that you are researching this thing? How do you look for it?
What? Do we have a ship or anything? That was the other game.
You have a convoy, and I think did you guys... Your edges are simple and distinct. Let me see what that does for you.
Okay. Oh, we also have info dump sales, so maybe while we're like selling stuff, I'm like talking to people to get
We're
information
constantly dumping
about
info.
where.
We're dumping info from the carbon sink, aren't we?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, roll the tier then to see how much money you guys make from the info dump sales. And
Should I do that?
yeah.
What does that mean, rolling the tier? I just click on our tier?
Yeah, just click on the tier. It's a button. So you got a 6 minus your heat, which is 3, 5. So you've got one joule. Tier roll minus heat equals joules in downtime. So I'll just add it to your sheet there. You've got 3 in the vault now, if anyone needs to use it. And your vehicles are simple. It's too bad they're not equipped. One vehicle could have had AOG tracking gear.
So did somebody add the 3 joules to the crew sheet?
I added 1 because it's 6 minus 5 heat.
Oh, okay.
And then it's in the crew sheet already. You had 2 and now it's 3.
Cool.
And yeah, so how is it that you want to find the act of God? It's a downtime action, so you've got complete like fictional control, narrative control over it, but within reason.
Yeah, I think it's just selling this info to people. Like we're also trying to get information about the act of God. So like when they come in to find out about this heat sink, or was it not a heat sink, but a carbon sink?
Yeah.
That like carbon sinks can help with acts of God, and so do you have any examples of that?
Sure.
Just getting info about this stuff.
I don't know if I would sell the info about the top secret project that you control, but maybe you're selling info about like now that the fields are operational and stuff like that.
Okay.
You're getting data from that, perhaps, when you hacked all those nourish things. So what action do you think that is?
So using this thing we already have to get information?
It sounds like maybe you're networking if you're like it sounds like you're talking to people you know, selling them info dump sales stuff, right? And then also asking them questions, right?
So it's a finesse.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Dude, you're a feint. Can't you? You should network. You got to work on your networking.
Yeah, it sounds like networking, and the nice thing is that you have a liaison for that, right? You have a +1D networking with Forge communities.
Awesome.
So whatever your networking is, take +1D to that.
That's consort, right?
Yes, yeah.
What type of role do I do?
A network or
risky.
It doesn't matter. It's in a downtime action.
Okay.
So just worry about the number of dice, not the position.
+1D.
Yeah. Cool. So that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
Halfway there, so you can fill in 2 slices of the pie.
It's not a crit, but
yeah. What's going on? No crit. There you go. Cool. So, what about Jet?
Well, and remind me, you can do an additional downtime if you pay a jewel.
Yep, that's right. Or you can spend rep as well.
Nah. I value my rep. So I want to, and can I assist with the research for the God Act? I probably should have said that while he was doing it, but can I finish his project, or is that?
Yeah, as long as it's okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because then we'll definitely have a God Act this time around, which could be fun.
Maybe. We'll see.
Whether it's fun or not. Yeah. Sure. But first I want to finish my project. So I have my fungi control.
Oh, right.
It sounds really stupid when I say it that way, though. Okay. So, yeah. So I think picture that Jet's back in the carbon sink, or no, actually we've got this nursery with all the fungi growing. So he's like tapping into that and working the controls and looking at their data. And his hair is doing this whole Medusa thing as he starts interfacing with the pattern.
Yeah.
And looking and trying to better understand how to control the fungi in the greenhouse. So what would I roll to do that? Do I just...
What do you think?
Well, I think this is... Well, what am I trying to do? Is it studying? Is that what that is?
Could be.
Because how do you define hacking? Is hacking
is
gaining information and breaking in to manipulate or find information that you're not supposed to, whereas studying is just finding it or understanding it?
You could hack for information too. I think it's completely up to how you want to frame the action, because you can hack into something to modify something technically too, and you can hack into something to get information. So it's whatever you know go for in the fiction.
I think I'm hacking to understand, to get in and understand the fungi better. I think that's sort of what it is. It's like understanding how it works. Okay, so that maps to a tune. So I just boom. So this is controlled. Standard effect, right? Bonus dice. Yeah.
Nice. So you got 3, unless you want to spend money to increase it.
I don't need to. 2 is all I needed to finish.
Double. Well, not double. Extra.
So I got more than I needed.
Got extra pizza.
with extra shrooms. Dude, it's a bumper crop. This is awesome. So I'm like picturing this as like you're getting the sunlight going through the glass, and you've got the fungi spores floating around, and they're forming like waves and patterns, and it's all really beautiful and cool. And Jet's just sort of there meditating with his Medusa hair. Okay.
Sounds good. Is it Medusa hair? As in like actual Medusa hair, where it's kind of like not braided or whatever, but like before I was kind of thinking of it as like a mohawk and stuff that would like move a bit, or is it actually like tendrils of hair that are moving around and stuff, or what?
Well, it's tendrils of hair, but it can theoretically it can braid itself depending on what's happening. And you're right, we were joking about it like going into different shapes depending on what was happening or his moods. So yeah, that was all. The mohawk thing was all that all happened. I'm just saying. So this time around, I think they're just sort of like slightly braided, and so I'm saying Medusa because they're waving, sort of like they're underwater or something like that.
Cool.
So cool. So I got that one, although I don't know what that really gets me. But I guess we'll find out during the story. And then I'll pay a jewel, and if Heatsink's up for it, then maybe I can tap into the pattern and like help him figure out more. Like we can pull our information and figure out where the next God Act is going to be.
I'm down. Yeah.
Are you game? Okay, cool. So if I'm hacking the pattern to find that out, I think that's a hack also. Oh, I don't know. What would you think? I'm thinking of him like going into the pattern to get information. Is that study, or if this were Blades in the Dark and we were trying to understand how the spirits worked, would it be study or would it be?
It's usually it would be a tune if it's got anything to do with ghost stuff.
Okay, and then that works. And I'll just boom. So is that just it's controlled standard by default, right?
Yeah, all downtime actions don't have position and effect. You're just looking for how many slices of the pie you're filling in.
And we only need 2?
Yeah, you're halfway there.
And how many, what will it take me to get to? I'll have to get a 6 or?
Nope, a 4 or 5.
Oh, cool. Oh, then I won't do anything. The odds should be good.
There you go. Exact same roll. Weird. Cool. So it's filled up. So is there something that you guys really want to see in the fiction, or should I just like roll the quick start table thing to make one, or what?
I don't care. Surprise us.
Okay.
I think Jet turns to Heatsink and says, "Oh man, you wouldn't believe what I found. This is cool." And then we like smash whatever it is. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so I rolled 2, so you can just choose the one that you like. Number 1 gives you sinkhole, avalanche, or landslide, and 3 gives you torrential rain, hurricane winds, or cyclonic storms.
I think Heatsink needs to choose because that was his project.
I like torrential rain to go with the fungus.
Dude, we can spread the fungus. We can like put it into the air, and then the storm will carry it all over the place. This will be fantastic.
Oh, yeah, what was your what was the end goal of you completing that fungal thing?
What was it? It was like +1 I was saying fungal control, so that was what, +1 effect? Or what are the 2 options you can have? You can have increased infect or increased.
Yeah, so like you mean like you have better quality over it now? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, it would increase your effect. Cool. That's good. Okay. So alrighty. So which one did you pick again? Sorry?
The rain?
Torrential rain?
Yeah, torrential rain.
Dun dun dun. Okay. Sounds good.
That's what we're cutting to. The shot of all this rain pouring down.
Like you've found one, right?
Of course, if it's nearby, how near is it? Do we know yet?
We could just say it's nearby, sure.
Well, no, because what I was thinking is that the downside of this is, flash flood into Silk Falls would not be a good thing, would it? So
Yeah.
like, we don't have any water. We don't have any water. Oh my God, it's too much water.
Sounds about right.
Wait, let's see. Oh yeah, it's not in Silk Falls. It's a ways away. I'm sure that they have some stuff set up for that as well. But yeah, Maybe it's like it would be probably close to where you did your Daredevil stuff, right? Because that was off the coast. So maybe it's just coming in that way, right? Like by all the farms and stuff like that. Let's see. Okay. And so the idea is to, let's see, your specific shifters are, oh yeah, you guys are the data extractors, right? You're like the twister peoples. Makes sense. Torrential rain. Oh. It's hard to find. Okay. Cool, yeah. So we'll say it's off the coast in these like villages. I'm thinking I watched like this documentary that was pretty cool called Watermark. That was all about people's different relationships to water around the globe. And there was a really cool like fishing village that relied on these things. But Pinterest is not feeling me at the moment.
So I guess it's everybody, let's pack up. We've got a God act.
Yeah. It was these villages that would pretty much constructed all to be floating on the water. And then there's, if you think of it as like a sprawling amount of dock work across like a vast area, and between each dock are also like these nets where that specific villager's house would be like farming that area for the stuff. I think they were doing snails and something else in this particular one, but it was really cool. And so basically they were like talking about how if there wasn't like the monsoons and torrential rainstorms and stuff like that by the village, they would never eat, but their lives are like kind of untenable because they know like if that ever stops, then they stop eating, or if it gets worse, then they just get like wiped out by an act of God, basically, right? So they're just like, but we really, there's nothing else for us to do here, right? And there's like a few thousand of us that live here, so what are we gonna do? What are our choices, really, right? A documentary. P.S. Yeah, I can't find images of. But yeah, just picture in your head what I was saying. This is kind of it.
So it's like a coastal city, basically.
Yeah, but entirely like there's no land. It's just sprawling dock work. Oh, there we go. This is what it is. I was in China, I think. This is kind of what I'm talking about here. I'll add it to Hack the Planet too, just in case I don't forget. I think there are more pictures of this stuff, but apparently not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the entire village is out there. And they've been doing that for like generations and generations. So, interesting, yeah. And then we'll tie into that because I want to see what Wolfie does too, right? About Friendo missing. But yeah, you find your data and like look up this stuff and see that like a storm's hitting and it's going to hit one of these villages, right? Which is both bad and good. Good and bad. It's a conundrum. So, Wolfie, what do you do with your second action?
She'd feel really bad if she didn't like try and find out what had happened to Raina. So I think she's gonna do the first that comes to mind, which is hit up Raina's place to see like if like she can get a sense of if Raina like fled or if someone took her forcibly or like if whatever if it's all fine, then like maybe someone got her on the way back to her place or like yeah, so she's gonna just suss out the state of her dwelling with a trace.
Okay, cool. That sounds good. So, yeah, I think we'll treat it like a gather information then, right? You'll be posing me questions, and how good you get answers will be decided by your role.
Awesome.
Oh, Asher came back. I didn't know that he left. Okay, so 6. Cool. So you can ask me a question, and you can get a follow-up question or two as well.
Jeez. Questions are my nemesis. What I don't know, like wow, Jesus, how do I frame this? Like what information here is useful to me in her place, like as trying to figure out like what happened to her.
Maybe she has like a backup what should we call it? Like I think she dabbles in like hacking and stuff like that, and she has 2 rigs, and one of them was left behind, probably like an old one. Maybe just for flavor, it's like the one that you guys used when you were kids, right? The ones that you guys built together. Flashback. And then and that one is like sitting there all dusty and stuff, but you see like the blue dim of the screen in the darkness, like still a light. And when you look at that, it like displays the coordinates of the other one that she has built, and it's like moving fast, and it's close to that village, the Torrential Rain village. What else would you like to know?
I would like to know I don't know how to frame this as a question, but it's like I wonder if is there like correspondence left behind? Like did she leave any messages or anything before she fled?
Let's say that we get the classic like dragged footprints and stuff like that. So it shows that she was like taken against her will, right?
Awesome.
We get like the flashback in Wolfie's head as she like reconstructs the scene, Taken style, and be like, "Ah, yes, there was a scuffle here, and then the legs were dragged here. You could clearly see that she was taken against her will." And then we get Wolfie on the cell phone saying, "I will find you, and I will." Just kidding.
In a Liam Neeson voice.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know who you are. I promise, I will find you.
Golden.
But yeah. Any other follow-up questions?
Are there any signs here that she still thinks they were Fred?
And that was the thing, that she held on to the.
Oh, she held on. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yay! There's still hope that she and I could read all bridges. That's good. I'm happy about that. I kind of like Kristo's question about like tracing her tattoo, or like something like that. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. But I guess if I have a trace in her rig, then that's probably enough. Does ooh.
Yeah, maybe like so saying with the password thing, maybe it's like biometrics because it's the future, right? But your childhood imprint is still active on it, so it lets you into it, right?
That's so sweet. I can't think of any other questions I need right now.
Okay.
Thank
Well, I think you also noticed
Okay.
that. I think you also noticed that there's like bill notices like being debited to her or whatever, and it shows that like her sister is in like urgent care, and it shows like that's why she was working for Nourish, like because you were all like, oh, how could you work for Nourish and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But then it also shows that like because of the scuffle, they probably figured out that she was the one that like sold him out and stuff like that, or at least suspected it, and then, you know, got real angry and the sorts. So, is that good then? You're good?
I think that's good.
Okay. Does anyone else have downtime actions that they want to do? Spending the moolahs? Get that jewels good?
Come on, Filter, spend something. Make some neat gadget.
Well, remember that you have high heat.
Heat.
Because if you leave it like that, it's going to increase by probably at least 2 or something like that, right? Well, it might not because you're just dealing with a storm, but it potentially could go up. And the highest that you can get on your making money thing is 6. And you have 5 right now. So the most you can ever make right now is 5 if you get a 6, which seems like rather unlikely. Also, you just pulled a job against Nourish, so you might want to be like, burn the evidence or whatever. Because you just saw what they did to people that they know betrays them. They dragged them out of their homes, Liam Neeson style, or the bad guys in Liam Neeson style.
Do we have to pay for another downtime action somehow?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 jewel.
But so it could help another one of you do it as well.
Yeah. No, I'm
yeah,
game.
Likewise.
It's up to you. Maybe it's not worth it. But I think that if you reduce some, you'll probably gain it back next downtime when you get more money.
Hey, Wolfie, why don't we do our usual thing? Why don't we misdirect?
Ooh, yes. I love it. That's never gone wrong for us in the past.
Okay, who are we going to blame this time?
Our
old favorites or somebody new?
Good question. Let's pull up. I'm just going to pull up who hates us and who likes us.
Heatsink, do you have a favorite? Do you have somebody? We could probably use your skills to actually do it. Maybe you should be lead on it. We finance, you lead.
I only care about fucking over nerds because they took my friend and I'm Liam Neeson now.
Oh, so you want to blame it on? Oh, we could make it an internal job.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. But it kind of was. That's the perfect story.
Yeah, they know that. That's why they.
but we misdirected to the accountant guy that we put in the bubble.
Oh, like yeah. you give like another target so that if you get her back, then they're not just like plug her right away with a bullet or something.
Yeah, cool. she could be the. We could set it up so that it looks like she was the fall guy that they set up. She wasn't really the person that betrayed.
I like that
girl.
So how are we going to do that?
How are you going to do it?
Which of us has the best hacking skills? Because I'm thinking this is it. Or Heatsink could probably do it with a feint, with like a disguise move.
Someone could so like reality TV styles like hack footage of our stream so it looks like it incriminates the accountant instead of someone else.
So we like hack the stream and we put it on like their cell phones or something like that.
Yeah, I'd be like, this is the real footage, guys. this is footage of the accountant like saying like, yeah, it was all me, I did it kind of thing, but like spliced together.
So Heatsink, what's your hack? How good are you at hacking?
I have 0 hack.
Okay, I've got a 2. Jet's got a 2 at hacking. What about you, Wolfie? What about you, Filter?
I've got a 1 in hacking.
Well, if it's a
Same here.
downtime action, you would just get a bonus die, right? From
No, it
someone
doesn't
helping
matter.
you anyway. Yeah,
Okay,
it doesn't
well,
really matter.
We can put it on. We can put it on Jet then, since he's
Yeah.
done this before. Like, I think Quiz showed me how to do this. This should be a
Yeah.
breeze.
And then just like a bunch of you are all helping and stuff, but mechanically you just get +1d. Unless you
because
push yourself.
we have to synchronize it. Yeah. So it's a downtime activity. So let's see. Dun, dun, dun.
You spend 1 jewel, which is good because that's what you made anyway, right? Off the info dump.
I've got money. That's a Jet's got it. Yeah.
I got money. Whatever. I'm rich.
It's like, yeah. What's Jet? Jet doesn't spend it on anything, right?
Yeah. That's cool.
So you said it. So wait. So I'm rolling hack or not?
Yeah, you're rolling hack, and
That's what
you
I thought.
see how
Hack
much.
standard controlled. 1 die from somebody helping me.
Yeah.
Boom.
Cool. So you get rid of 2 heat, and then you can spend money to bump it up if you like.
And bumping it up. So for each jewel, it'll bump it up by how much?
So you're at the mid result. So if you bump it up, it's 1 jewel for 1 extra, and then the next jewel would be 2 extra because it makes it a crit. So you could get rid of all of it for 2 jewels, I guess.
For 2 additional jewels.
Additional jewels, 3 total.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do it. I want to say this went off so sweet.
Apparently, no heat at all.
No heat at all. It's like we didn't do anything at all, which is sort of a bummer, but okay.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, then well that'll be a good thing to go to break on. And then when you come back, why don't you pick out a picture from the Hack the Planet Pinterest board as to who you framed. And
Sweet.
let's come back at 13. Okay. Sounds good. See ya.
Oh, did I need to take it out of the bar and not from like the link that Pinterest gave me?
Yeah, the URL one works, but if you just copy and paste it works as well. Don't matter.
Oh, that one will work. Oh, that's just where I am. That's not it. Don't try that one. Man, they just have to make it too hard.
Yup.
Yep. I have to find it again. Well, I can find the original. Here we go.
Wait, you need the link?
Yeah, it wouldn't, like I lost it once. Here. Did it even say Pinterest? There, it should be this infinite machine one.
Infinite machine. The machine is infinite.
It lives on.
Cool. So, this person is a douchey looking person. Cool. Slimy rich kid, executive type, pharma startup. Do you have a name? Do you want a name?
Garrett Wilson the Fourth.
Yeah, that's pretty dicky, yeah. Gonna write that in chat then. I'll pin it to Hack the Planet. I'm gonna put that in his Pinterest description. Cool.
I think it's already in Hack the Planet.
Yeah, I just put it there. Do you mean like before or something?
Oh, never mind. This isn't Hack the Planet. This is
somewhere else.
Christo's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Christo plays Shadowrun.
I do not play Shadowrun.
Oh, I think
I read the direct. I've never played Shadowrun actually, but I got the. I bought the core book because I was in a Storium game that was like based on it. I was like, okay, I don't know enough about this to play this intelligently, so I'll get the core book and see what it's all about. So the setting.
Okay, you're in a safe space.
Yeah. The first step to moving on is admitting that you have a problem. Hee hee hee. Okay, cool. So Garrett Wilson III, the douchey guy, or the fifth, is it? What is it? What is IV? Fourth?
The fourth, yeah.
I'm not good at Roman numeraling it up. Okay. So Heat is gone. Moved on to this guy, which I'll fortune roll after the mission, probably. See what happens to him, I guess. See if they just like kill him or disappear or he runs off or something. We'll see. But so we know that and much like TV show / movie esque things happening exactly, well, not exactly, but close to where you did your daredeviling is where this torrential storm is going to hit. And also it looks like Nourish is extracting the friend via this way as well, and probably don't know about the torrential rains coming, right? So neat. And it must, yeah, so they must have taken this person pretty recently, because it seems like they haven't yet, like they're on a trajectory that will intersect y'all at this village and where the torrential rains will hit, which means that they must have left and evacuated their own facility a little bit later, or at least these particular people did, because you are like ahead of them, right? Like already having done your Daredevil stuff over here, which means that the people that removed Reyna are probably like the remaining sort of spook military people or whatever, and not the regular Nourish evacuees, right? They're the like cleanup people that grabbed Reyna, which makes sense. So what is the plan, if there is a plan? What do people want to do? We're in free play. Free play it up.
Well, so what kind of storm is this?
It's like a torrential rain, so like a monsoon.
Okay. So that means it's pretty consistent. Is it, as a monsoon, a consistent wind in one direction?
Yeah,
Sort of. I mean,
we'll say that it's
more
like
or less consistently that way. I mean, there'll be variations, but so if we can figure this out, maybe we can manipulate this to our advantage to help get Rihanna back. Sorry, it's not Rihanna, it's Rania, right? What? She's always going to be Rihanna for me now.
One of my big friends is Rihanna.
Reina, okay. Yeah, so let's see. We have to we need to prepare for this, don't we? So it's monsoon, so what do we need to protect ourselves from it so we can get in close? Because we could snag her and go into the storm, then they won't be able to follow us.
That's true. That'd be fun.
That could be cool. Why don't we do that? That sounds like it's right up our alley.
And you want to hack this storm anyway, presumably, right?
Exactly.
Or we could push them into the storm. That way we're not in it.
Heat sink, I think you're in the wrong crew.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is why, I'll confess, this is, I think, why Quiz left us.
Yeah. Yeah, he did say that he felt y'all were a little bit crazy. Because he's got a trauma, which is paranoid, right? So he was like, Nurse is going to get us. We shouldn't have done this. I'm out.
And if we lure them in after us, then if they get wiped out, then it's like she died also. She can start all over with a clean identity.
Yep.
She can change her name.
Yeah. I think Jet looks at Wolfie and says, I'm not saying I've ever done that.
Yeah, she can call herself Sandy instead of Rainy.
She's gonna change her name with each storm. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you know about changing names, Jet? What are you hiding?
Me? I'm not hiding it. I'm an open book, Wolfie. I'm an open book. You know, what you see is what you get.
You're an open book. Your print is very small and hard to read. But then I was never a good reader.
Very funny. Let's focus, though. What do we need to do this? Filter, what do you think we need? I can get the data and I can work the storm, but what are we going to need to be able to survive this?
Well, I mean, did we ever have that airship? Was that ready to go?
Yeah, you had the airship. You stripped it, right?
Well, I'm thinking we need some parachutes.
I'm picturing us doing like using an airship that has no walls to it, and that's what we're flying in through the storm.
Yeah. What else?
I meant. Well, yeah. Did you? I thought when you meant stripped it that you like got rid of the transponder and stuff like that. Did you actually strip the whole thing?
I didn't plan on it.
I thought there was a scene with like you like ripping it apart.
I thought it had been like.
It was like being tracked and stuff, so you were ripping it apart to see where it was and then putting it back together, I think, right?
Oh.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, I thought there was junk from something else that had been destroyed by the previous talk.
Right. Yeah, because the job hadn't been completely finished. Because there was one transponder thing that was left. And Nola thought that they'd gotten all of the other ones, but had not. So I think it's still a fine ship. It doesn't have a particular quarters that you would expect.
Doesn't have
because
the quarantine.
Yeah, it doesn't have the quarantine because it was ejected off of a cliff. But otherwise, it's fine, I think.
We also decked it out for a party, right?
Yeah. And it's one tier above you, too. Because the people that came in it were tier 2. So it's pretty good quality.
So we've got a ride.
You've got a ride.
Nice.
So what are we going to do to... You're thinking parachutes? What are we? Do we want to seed the storm? I guess we could seed the storm with fungi, and then we can use that to extract more data. Because that wasn't that part of what we learned from.
I think that's what you were going for. Yeah.
Yeah.
You were making your data extractions better, right? With your fungal stuff. But I did say when you used it, you'd have to make more of it, right?
I know. So you want me to make more of this, like a flashback?
No, it's fine. We'll just say that after you use it this time, you'll have to make more, right?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, flashback. All the flashbacks. Okay, cool. So, what plan do we think this is then? Is it the main plan? I guess is extracting her, and then you're gonna go into the storm and just they hopefully won't chase you and stuff.
Yeah. It'll be great, right, Filter? Right, Wolfie? Come on, Heatsink. You'll love it. You'll never feel so alive as when we go into one of these storms. It's intense.
Wolfie does a wolf howl.
And it's only like a level 2/1 too. So right. So it's not too bad.
It's great. It's a beginner's storm for you.
Yeah, a beginner's storm.
If we really wanted to bump it up to next level, we could just fight them at the edge of the storm. Get the best of both worlds. I mean, tier 2, that's it's a bit boring at this point.
It's like the baby paddling pool of storms.
Exactly.
Heatsink is nervously laughing. Is that what I'm hearing?
And I was just imagining the ground turning into a pool, right?
Oh, it has great cinematic potential. That's without a doubt.
Oh my god, our streams are going to be off this world, man. Out of this world.
We'll get so many followers.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so going back to the actual mechanics, then we're looking at. So we're trying to do a retrieval. So we want to gather information for that, right? Is that we need to do the gather information phase? We already sort of did that though, didn't we? Because we know where Raina is.
I can think of one other information we could get, which is trying to figure out the where the breaks in the rain are going to be, because I don't know the science words for it, but you always get the
lulls in the storm.
The lulls in the yeah.
So you're planning to hit them when there's a lull, and then it increases, and then you go into the storm. So you're just hey girl, how's it going? And then you just go hack a storm. Cool. So are you attacking the transport that is holding her, or what? Because that sounds like the first part, right? Is extracting her.
The first part's extracting her, but aren't we much better at stealth than anything? Heatsink. We've got heatsink. We don't actually have a fighter type of some. Who has high combat? Anybody?
I
don't think so.
My specialities are mostly just looking at things.
So you're a voyeur, okay.
I can break things real good.
I know, so that's why I was thinking we could do an assault that way if it's breaking things or demolitions, right? But then
just
we might
break their ship. That would work.
I still think a social or deception would probably be our best move. Because doesn't heatsink hurt you? But you've got you're the master of disguise
and finessing.
Okay, so what is the method of decepting them? So because they're ostensibly going to be in an airship as well, or some kind of vehicle that's traveling, right? With like their prisoner, right? It's like a prison transport.
So do we know, does Straylight have any connections with Nourish? Is there potential that we could exploit that to make it look like we've got a Nourish ship? Unless you like filed, I know you changed the license plates, but did you change the decals on the outside?
Like the
Nourish written in big large letters.
well,
We can paint them back on.
You've got a Straylight ship, though, right? Not a Nourish ship.
Right, that's what I meant. I was asking, is there a connection between Straylight and Nourish, so that they might trust us to get close?
Um,
Do we know that? That might be a good piece of information to find out. What connection do they have?
yeah, that would be a gather information. That wouldn't be an offhand thing, I think.
Okay.
So
So who wants to do it? Heat sink? I'm giving you the opportunity here.
Sounds like something for Wolfie, though. Aren't they good at looking at things?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It depends if there's someone to stalk, like I can stalk the crap out of them. But also, I'm totally fine. I'm tracing like the weather patterns and stuff, and taking Binky out for a spin to see if like I can get a read on the nature of the storm as well.
Okay.
I can help.
So, what action do you think you're doing?
Is this for storm? Gathering information on the storm?
I don't know. Is
or
it?
I don't want to do it anymore.
I thought you were trying to figure out more stuff about Nourish and Straylight.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's a networking thing, right? Or
If you guys think that you have friends that you could schmooze, yeah.
I feel like, I mean, we could go and talk to the people who live here and be like, oh, hey, like, obviously Nourish has got their hooks in your community. Like, what do you guys know about, like, what's the down low on, like, who Nourish is in good with around these areas? Like, what do you guys know of that sense?
Yeah, why? I guess we could find out why Nourish is coming this way.
Yeah,
Sure,
and if like if they've seen Straylight around here, or and that kind of thing, that might give us some good tell.
Is that the Forge community?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have a liaison.
Yeah, that would be good.
If you can network with them.
That's how we found the storm too, I think.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, so you're just gonna like go to like the local watering hole type deal and hit people up.
Like literally.
Yeah. The actual.
There's gonna be a lot of water coming.
Sprocket.
Well, you know, if they're in the sea, then it's salt water. So a watering hole actually would be a good thing for them. They need water.
Yeah. Well, they have an underground spring. That's how they get their water.
Wait, who are you
Like
talking about?
like...
You're talking about Silk Falls, or are you talking about the place that we're going to?
Yeah, that's true. Are you in Silk Falls, or are you in? Yeah, where are you?
we didn't name the place we're going to, did we?
No, like you just said it was like some watering farms, right? That you were screwing around with.
Aqua Farms.
Yeah.
Floating Aqua Farms. You want us to name them? What would be?
Probably something like corporate Nourish name, right?
I think it'd be like Golden Horizons or something like that.
Yeah, that's a good name.
I'm like pulling all my Soviet collective farm names.
Nice.
Good.
That's
Golden
awesome.
Horizons. Yeah, that sounds good. I don't really have a thing for this because I think Kira McGran is writing something similar to that, so I stayed away from it. Cool. So Golden Horizons. Add this so I don't forget it. Golden Horizons. Let's see what tier they are. That's pretty good. So they'll be tier 2 as well. Village. Cool. I won't expound on it too much, just because I'm not sure how much we're going to see it in the fiction anyway. Cool. So, okay, so you're in this, like, this local village, right? And that's who you're schmoozing, is those people? Because, yeah, like us, you don't really know who... So you know that they're connected to Nourish because you saw the water farms, right? And so you're, like, hitting up the local place where people are, like, relaxing after work and shit like that, right?
Yeah, because the stuff that they're growing in the aqua farm, it's all got the Nourish label on it. It's got like the, I don't know, it's got some sort of iridescent label that's on their jeans, so that when they pull up
Ooh.
the fish, it's like got the tag on it.
Oh,
And you know what
cool.
they're drinking? They're probably all drinking gosas, like the seaweed beer.
Oh, cool.
Ooh, sweet.
Seaweed beer. Cool. Okay, and you're networking with them, and sort of like, I guess the bonus comes into effect because you're dropping the name of the liaison, right? Which is the Darren's lover, Ridhi, right? Yeah, so you've got some, like, sort of credentially looking stuff. So who all is in this scene then? Is it just Wolfie, or?
I'd like to help. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Cool.
Because I was at that party with them, right? So I would know this person.
Yeah, that's true. Or you mean Ridhi? Yeah, I think you just have, like, credentials. I don't think you need to. I don't think he, like, travels around with you or anything like that. He's just like, you have documents that prove that you're, like, connected and you've got a reputation with Forge communities that you are connected to this individual, right? Cool. Okay. And so you're just, like, talking to the drunk folks, the ones that look quite liquored up. You're just, like, waiting. This one's ripe.
Yeah.
Now I'm really regretting not training more in Resolve because
Especially since our crew gets bonuses when we train in Resolve, right?
I know. Could I do a flashback to having done that?
So we flashback to all of us getting social.
Yeah.
Like it's like we're all like hooked up to some wires and we're getting social training. Like it's getting downloaded into us. How to be social, how to make friends.
You could do a flashback to a downtime action of training. Yeah.
Is that okay? Because I'm 2 ticks away. So if I do one training, then I can put a pip in.
Yeah. Well, then you have to spend the jewel though to do an extra downtime action.
I'm all fine with that.
Okay.
What? Oh, Resolve.
In Resolve, yeah. So, and you're networking with them, right?
Yes.
Cool. And so you're just like, who is, well, roll and then pose the question. You're gathering information.
Okay.
Right? And then it sounds like
I have 2 in networking, so I can do it.
Yeah, you lead and I'll follow. Like I can go in there and provide some, like, local sway over these people. Like, fuck Nourish, man. Like, these guys suck. They're the worst kind of thing.
Okay. And so you've got, so take 1 stress to lend a die then.
Awesome.
Cool. And then give me the roll.
Is it consort or sway? Which one's network?
Consort.
Okay. I don't see it on the Hack the Planet playbooks either.
Network? It's there. It's under control. Above sway.
I say consort, but maybe this is an old one. So is it risky or does that matter?
It's a gather information, so don't worry about that. Yeah.
Okay. And +1 from Wolfie. Oh no!
Wow, that's like the worst you could get. Triple ones. So what's the question? The exact question, and I'll give you limited information. I guess they're loyalists or something.
Where is Oh no, it was if
Like Straylight were in bed with
if Straylight
Nourish.
and Nourish were together, yeah.
Okay.
If they had any connections.
If they had any connections and limited information. So I think this guy who's like burly and quite tanned, he's probably got like a weird complexion because he's using screen all the time, right? So it's kind of got like this weird onyx purplish quality to his skin now from prolonged use. And he's got like one of those wide hats that protects like as much surface area as possible. Red shirt and like cargo pants. And he's like, he says that Straylight has come around here like once or twice. So they might be connected, but that's all he knows. And he's like, and then he kind of leans in and he's like, but don't stir the pot here, stranger. If we depend on those farms to make a living here. I don't know if you've noticed, but if you look around, there's no land. So without these water farms, we're pretty much fucked. Aqua farms. What is it? Aqua farms?
That aqua farms, yeah.
Yeah.
Can we resist?
Resist getting information?
Not getting information.
It's not the information you want. You can willfully deny it.
Yeah, you plug your ears. Cool. No, you'd have to try a different way, I think, to get this information, right? But he said, like, he's pretty sure he's seen them around once or twice, but then kind of, like, goes back to his friends and, like, turns his back to you and starts drinking the weird ale stuff. The seaweed beer. They don't like outsiders here, stranger.
Wolfie feels very sad about that insult.
Yeah. Why don't you just ruin our lives? Any other ideas for gathering information before the...
I still want to trace a storm to try and figure out like an optimal time to strike to the extraction.
So it's about finding when to hit them or when they're going to be going through a lull in the storm, I guess?
Yeah, I guess more of the latter, right?
Well, and then potentially, I guess also maybe we could find a path for us to get away through like less of the storm. Like a tunnel through the storm.
A tunnel. Okay. Tips. So how is it you're going to figure that out?
I feel like it's time to bring out Binky, because Binky has not made an appearance in this episode.
Yeah.
And I think I'm tracing. I'm trying to gather information about this storm and its movements and location and stuff. I guess like Binky. I guess I do like a little like scouting mission to try and like hit up the storm and send Binky, poor Binky, into it. But yeah. Oh, something I don't know. I just want to trace with Binky.
Yeah. So you said Binky, like to head it off down the line or whatever, like ahead of you all or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And sort of like predict where it's going to be doing its action. Okay. Trace it up. Trace it good.
Awesome.
Trace it hard.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Wow, you guys are blowing today. Okay, so this is like, what's your best way in, basically?
Yeah. What's our best way in? It's a good way to abstract what I'm rambling about.
Let's see, with a failure. Well, limited information. Incomplete information, to be precise. I think Binky is just like the storm, like limited data, and like it like Binky has to kind of leave because he's getting like, or it's getting tossed around a bit and stuff like that. But I think it's like left side, strong side, right? Hit it on the right, and you're like, what? But yeah, basically it's saying like it's weakest in this like general vicinity, but it's hard to like pinpoint like a specific pocket or tunnel or stuff like that, right?
The right front is weak.
Yes. Anybody else gathering those informations?
Well, we have these elite troop, right? Can we use them to like investigate these companies?
Sure. You want to send them on a mission?
That would be great.
To do what?
To investigate the connection between Nourish and...
Oh, let me see what they're good at here.
Because if they're elite troops, they could just help us with the attack.
That would help too, yeah.
That would be better, yeah. Let's see.
I just wanted to make sure to use them this game.
Let's see. Yeah, so they're scholars, hackers, scientists, and mechanics.
So not attackers.
Well, like, they would definitely be able to help you hack a storm, right? That's like their primary function. And they can look up stuff and they can fix your cars and stuff like that because you need that fictional positioning to maintain your convoy from day to day to now and stuff. So
it sounds like we would either use them to get information here or to hack the storm to get that hole, right? Or the tunnel we can go through.
Yeah, you might use them to punch a hole through it or something like that, right? It depends how you want to use them.
Can we do both? Like use them for information now?
To like, well, we just did a roll for that though, right?
Okay.
Like, did they go with Binky or something? Like, how would that work?
Well, I mean, just researching, like looking at stocks or whatever, right? See if
Of the storm?
No, of the companies, right? Nourish and what's the other one? The light.
Oh, okay. To try to get information on if the Aqua Farmer people are linked to Nourish, which is linked to Straylight.
Or just Nourish and Straylight,
well,
yeah.
Maybe we change tax since we don't seem to see a connection between Straylight and Nourish or a useful one. Maybe we try and find out information about this specific convoy and the weaknesses of this group or their vehicles.
Okay. And
that
how?
Could go back to
and so they're hacking or something?
It can be. So is. So would a reclaimer have information about different vehicles and what different companies tend to use?
Sure. Yeah. Reclaimers are skilled laborers at getting things back, so they would probably know stuff on the market and stuff like that. Yeah, sure. If only just to know what a specific thing would like get them if they retrieved it and sold it back to Shelter One or to a Forge community or something.
I mean, I've taken apart more cars than I can count. So if we can get the schematics, I can tell you how to hit it.
Okay. So are the troop trying to hack the convoy or something?
Sure, why not? That makes actually that sounds good, doesn't it? Why don't we do that? We know there's no Wi-Fi. There's no internet, so they've got to have close range communication. So with the troop, we could get around them, sort of create a network and infiltrate them more tactfully, maybe, so that they don't quite notice what we're doing.
I'd assume that. Well, I guess we'll see how it goes, but they might use the entry point of Reyna's hacking device on her, right? Because she's in the convoy, so that might be their jumping on point. So, okay, so you want to use them? And
maybe what we can try and find out, I think what we want to find out is who's in there, or who their connections are, and then Heatsink can like upload that imaging to his obscures.
Okay, well, let's see.
Let's see
yeah.
what we get, right?
So, what's the exact question you want to pose when you get limited information on?
Well, we always end up having more questions than we can. We have to think about from this first. So, first one, I guess, what's their weakness, right? We're looking for the weaknesses of the vehicles.
Okay.
Or their setup, right?
Right. With limited information, incomplete information, I think you find that they're using. It would be a similar airship as yours, but it would be modified. So, what is their weakness? They
have a quarantine module.
I was just thinking that, like, get them by the quarantine.
They're heavier. They have a quarantine module.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I think their weakness is that they're going to be going a lot slower than you because they're hauling a lot of people. Like maybe you get that they're hauling like 8 to 10 prisoners or something like that, and then it's also a crew of like 4 to 6, and then I think the signal like goes dead. Like they probably notice that like an outgoing signal or something, and then turn on the futuristic shield thing or whatever. Right? It's like cut off. Yeah, I like how the last 3 rolls are all like failures hard. Cool. So you did find out some stuff. They're going slower. You'll be able to run maneuvers around them probably.
So is it the same type of ship as us? So that we so Filter can figure out how to break in?
It's like a similar model, yeah.
Filter, how do we get in? What's our entry point?
Yeah, you could study your own ship, I guess.
Yeah, worth a shot.
Cool.
Do you want to take them down or do you want to get in?
I think we're just trying to get in.
I think we're
and
trying
then
to
get out and then have them follow us into the store.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this goes because you're just like, we're just gonna sidle up and it'll be fine.
I'm imagining
Really jumping solves everything, okay?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I'm imagining the Star Trek movie where it starts with prison transport and they get like attacked by this weird electrical energy, right?
Yeah.
And that makes them stop.
And then they plummet out of the sky and everybody dies. Cool.
Maybe we can use some distraction.
So you want to know how to gain entry stealthily? Is that what you want to know? Or how to disable them? Or what?
Let's go easiest way to gain entry stealthily.
Okay, so roll, and you said you're studying it to figure it out?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's see if you guys can get some good information.
I like your optimism.
Nope.
No, fail, limited. Okay, so what's the exact question?
How can we get in stealthily?
Yeah. I think you figure out like the frequency for which, if you had like a signal jammer, you could like do that, right? Of course, it would also block yours, I guess, right? I bet you could like change your frequency, but they wouldn't see that coming, right? So you could like acquire an asset or something. So that way, at least if you're just running up, sidling up next to them or whatever, they won't see you on the radar or something like that coming, right?
Right. Sweet ass.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that makes sense. So they can't see us coming.
Yeah.
All right. So
unless
here's
that's
the
what
plan.
you want, I don't know.
We use the signal jammer, and they don't see us coming. We get me on the ship somehow, and I'll use the good old electrical torch to create an entry point. Perfect.
Mechanical suggestion. We took that crew move that we get to pool all our 6s. So let's make everything we do a group action because we're rolling shit today.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Right, so we all jump onto the ship. And then we all try and break in.
Well, exactly. We'll have to support you in some way so that you don't fall off the ship while you use your fingers to get in.
Yeah, of course.
And and if the jamming is a separate action, then I can pipe in with my hair.
Okay.
Hack into the pattern and assist you in that, making it look like we're just like some sort of electrical storm.
Cool.
Or electrical glitch because of the storm.
So is somebody going to make this signal jammer?
Sure.
Are you going to acquire an asset?
I am.
Okay. I'm glad you're excited about it. Maybe this is when you crit, right? And then you're like, boom, best signal jammer we ever made in our lives. So you'll spend a jewel to acquire an asset, right?
Yeah,
and it'll be of temporary use, as these things are. And you want to be rolling a 6 because you need it to be on par with their tier and not yours, right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Yes.
So I think I'll call in my good old friend Shira, the chop shop owner, to give me some parts for this mission.
Awesome, love it.
And I'm guessing this would be Tinker?
Yeah, sounds like you're just like there with him or her making it, right?
Yeah.
Close. So
Close.
It's your tier, which if you want to accept that, I'll just have like a clock where it'll like only work for so long instead of it just being indefinitely good.
But I could bump it up, right? With more money?
Yes, you can spend a jewel to have it as a tier +1, which would be equal to them.
All right, I'll slip Shira another jewel to bring out the good stuff.
Slip. Okay, sounds good. Cool. So you've got the signal jammer. That'll be good for your engagement roll, for sure. All right. So is the plan that you're trying to enact deception or stealth? Or what do you think?
Sounds more like stealth to me.
What does I don't think we're deceiving them of anything.
Well, yeah.
We're not conning them out of the prisoners. We're sneaking in to get the prisoner or prisoners.
That sounds legit. Yeah.
So should we have all chosen our loads?
Right now, yeah.
Okay, I'm going heavy.
Makes sense. Yeah. Not really a reason not to be honest.
Unless you're holding onto the side of a ship.
Yeah. Well, because also deception is lure, trick, or manipulate, right? So it might be like a trick. I don't know. Whereas stealth is the point of infiltration. So the point of infiltration is like a point in their ship. Then it sounds like you want to like be drilling into their ship with your torch.
Yep.
Okay. You're just
make
like,
your own door.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. All right. Let's see how this goes. So you start off with 1d for sheer luck, and that sounds like you're gonna need it. Is this particularly bold or daring? I think so. You're sidling up and drilling a hole in their ship. So yeah, take another D for that. Many factors? Nope. Just drill it, I guess. Does it expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? I don't think so. Is the target strongest against this approach or have particular defenses? I mean, they have like a ship that has walls and things, so I don't know.
But it's not like it's like an armored ship, is it? It's a ship.
Do they have particular defenses or special
It's not like
No.
a hardened military ship, is it? It's a regular like commercial ship.
Yeah, yeah. And then they're a tier above you though, so you'll have 1D to this engagement roll.
And it's a group engagement roll or not?
What do you mean?
So who's rolling this? You are, or
anyone can roll it. On the
So
cruise
we don't
ship,
have to-
there's a
okay. I was like, I'm hoping we can make it a group roll, but I guess not. Okay.
Whoever wants to take the blame.
I'll take
Dibs.
the blame. Oh yeah, let filter do it. It was your filter's idea anyway.
Fine, that's pretty good. So you're just in a risky situation, which makes a lot of sense, right? So, okay. So your signal jammer works. You don't see them like taking evasive maneuvers as you're coming in. So are you trying to enter via what way? Like are you like doing that thing where you're flying below them and mirroring their movements, or are you just like next to them or something? Ostensibly you would want them to visually not be able to see you, right?
But we're gonna halo jump onto them.
Oh, okay.
I'm joking.
with some like little cables or something. You're not going anywhere.
With magnets, thanks. The ship.
Seems legit. So what is the plan? Are you coming in like below them? Or like right behind them, or what?
I'm digging the below them thing.
Yeah. And then you're gonna do the like Star Wars thing where you like come out the top of the ship and start cutting at it and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Because
And
a
is
sunjet is not a lightsaber, but very close.
Yeah. And I'm guessing you have fine tinkering tools to get on the same level as these people, so you don't have limited effect on their ship.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's be. I feel like this would be demolition tools, wouldn't it?
It could be like subterfuge or demolition or well, maybe, yeah, sure. Don't you have fine applicable
I
tools?
find modification tools and
Yeah,
demolition tools.
Oh, okay.
We have specialized tech as a crew. Or what is that? It's spec tech. Is that specialized or special or
Specialized tech, yeah. Okay, so I would say modification tools and not demolition, because that sounds
Sweet ass.
blowy uppy. So, okay,
Leave
so
them open flare.
right. Okay, so you'll be in a risky situation. You'll have standard effect instead of limited because you bumped up your quality, and you're tier 1 and the ship is tier 2, so you've equalized it, right? And yeah, so this is probably a modification roll.
Not a wrecking.
Sure. Especially if you have that
Yes.
move that lets you do it subtly or whatever.
Yeah, I've got a couple of moves.
Oh, okay.
Much quieter usually is.
Oh, there you go. That's good then.
And if we're wrecking something bigger than ourselves, we gain potency.
Oh, well, there you go. So you have great effect, actually.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So this is like, you didn't even know it, but you built this character to do this thing.
Yeah. So I was really pushing for this as soon as I realized I could do it.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. I'm glad. I was a little bit worried for y'all. So,
So are we like all doing this together, or is this just Filter soloing it?
Well,
how would they be helping you?
Quirk has burglary gear. Whatever that in this context, I don't. Yeah, so I mean, Jet could help. Jet
So it's
also-
kind of like a Ocean's 11 thing where you guys have one of the troop members continue flying, and you guys all go up, and you're trying to do an elaborate thing to get this hole drilled in there or something.
Yeah, Aiden's definitely flying the ship.
Okay, so
And
Filter is leading it for sure, right? Lauren,
Oh,
what were
yeah.
you saying?
I'm handing Filter spanners and shit whenever.
Nice. That's like the laziest group action description I've ever heard. I'm just handing them tools and shit, whatever. That's more like an assist, I think, than a group action.
Okay.
It's fine though.
Fraser, it's because we're not in a storm yet. Like, we're sedate. This is really mellow.
Yeah, apparently, yeah, you guys are like, yeah, whatever. I give her a wrench or whatever. Okay, cool. So everyone's doing rec then, right? And cool. So everyone roll rec, and if you fail, then you're taking stress. But if people roll 2 6s, that's a crit right there. That's some good shit.
So we all have to roll rec?
Yeah, if you're doing a group action, it's 1 roll.
Okay. Here we go.
Unless you want to assist instead. Oh, there's 1 6.
Well,
Filter's got the.
Not everybody in the group roll has to be in the group, right? So Jet, Jet doesn't have rec, so maybe Jet sets out this one.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Okay, so is that all the rules then? There should be Wolfie. Oh, a fail. Okay, cool. So you take 1 stress and you succeed, though. You got a 6. So that's pretty good. So I guess it's like stressful because Wolfie gives you the wrong thing, right? They're like, give me the hydro spanner. No, the other one. No, the other one.
He drops it off the side.
The other one. Yeah.
And it makes that loud noise as it hits the ship a couple of times before it goes off.
Yeah, great. Cool. And so, but yeah, otherwise you drill into it. So where is it that you've drilled into? It's the same layout as your ship, ostensibly, right? So do you, funnily enough, go into the quarantined area? That would be funny. No. I like that.
I think people are shaking their heads, which makes me want to say yes.
Well, yeah, because you already know that they could just eject that area, right? They just be like, oh, that's nice.
Well, if that's where the prisoners are, it wouldn't be so bad if they ejected it.
Except it might kill them.
Yeah, wouldn't it be bad? What do you mean?
I mean, we could catch it, right, and then not have to deal with the rest of the
just catch it. Oh, yeah, that seems plausible.
Seems like it.
We'll catch it to our own missing quarantine area.
Okay, well, we'll say that they are being held in the quarantine because that makes sense. But are you drilling into there? Because I feel like this. I know what will go sideways.
No, I don't think we. You're asking if we would be drilling into the quarantine, but we wouldn't, because then we'd have to go through the doors in the quarantine area. Then.
Yes, that's true.
So it doesn't make no.
So where is it? Where are you drilling?
I've never broken into an airship before. Where do you want me to drill into, Jet?
Well, maybe we're not drilling so much as disassembling, but because you're a techie person, so maybe you know how to like unscrew the things and find an access panel that'll get us in. Okay. Remembering back to my military days.
Yeah.
Jet says, well, this is not a military ship though. I don't know. There's got to have like air intake of some sort here, doesn't it? But that would go into the engines. No, we just want to get into like a central area. No, it doesn't.
Let's just go for the quarantine.
Wait, we're coming up from the rear. Wait. No, we're coming up from the rear, so we should be able to get into the cargo entrance if it's large enough to have a cargo.
Yeah, that sounds plausible. Okay, so let me roll and see if anybody's there.
Because what you're doing, if you're wrecking it, that means you're popping it open.
Yeah, they're definitely not there. It's all safe and sound in the cargo hold. You guys, we get a shot of you guys like slinking up there, right? There's like, cargo stuff, boxes and shit, and maybe like an ATV or something like that in there. It's like the Mass Effect cargo area. But that will be the scene that we go to break on then. You guys getting into the cargo, and then we'll come back at 15. Okay? What's the next step of the plan, peeps? You're in the cargo hold.
We had a plan.
Did you have a plan? Is it to be sneaky to get to the prisoners or what? Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Well,
How
somebody has documents, right?
Somebody has documents.
Doesn't Heatsink always have the documents he needs?
What will you use documents for?
Key cards to get through out of the cargo bay and further, or I don't know. Maybe it's unlocked when you're up high, but
maybe it's a group action. Yeah, I have blueprints and schematics, so I could guide people.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll say to navigate, you'll have standard effect instead of limited because you have blueprints and documents and things. So
and we have a communication, so we can...
Communication?
It's not one of our crew things.
Oh, between each other, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The subvocal thing? Yes.
Yeah, we have that, definitely.
Yep.
You just have to be careful to turn it off when you're thinking.
So it sounds like you're guiding everybody to the quarantine area?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's where we're assuming they're keeping the prisoners?
Yeah. Assuming, I guess, yeah. It would be the logical place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, who's taking point?
Plot twist. Nope. That's good. Yeah, so it sounds like Heatsink would be the one guiding because they have the blueprint stuff, right?
Right. But
so
isn't Filter actually doing it?
I don't know.
Can I also like scan the ship using our ship, like to figure out where people are?
Sure. I'll definitely know what happens if you fail at that. Scanning their ship right
Well, I have
below
like multi-spectrum glasses. That's one of my items.
That's probably not going to let us see through the walls of the ship, is it?
No. I think that the ship's pretty thick. If it was like, drywall or something, sure.
Khaleesi camp.
You could use them on the ship. I don't think that will be like, going to help you scan their ship from yours.
Scan for life forms.
Yeah. So do you want a flashback to scan the ship? Or just chance that you're going to the quarantine to check now?
I'd say we push forward. Come on, Quicks. Come on, Heatsink. It'll be fine.
All right, sure.
We've got we planned everything out. We've got all the tools we need.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if we run into people as long as they don't see us.
Yeah. And if if you lead, then you'll have standard effect. If you don't, then they won't have standard effect, right? Because you're leading with the blueprints. That's the thing that bumps you from limited standard.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
Oh, but Wolfie also has something that lets her avoid detection.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if I get +1D when hiding and avoiding detection with my scout move.
When what?
When hiding and avoiding detection.
Okay, so when you roll, you'll roll an extra die.
Yeah. Also, really.
So then Heatsink leads, and Wolfie also does the group act, and then they get a +1 die.
Well, anyone who wants to come along with this roll would roll the group action. Yeah.
Does everybody that goes along have to be in the group action then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're just rolling your own.
You're just handing people Spanish at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to be led if you want to get to where everybody else is going stealthily, you'd be rolling with this group action.
Okay.
So what action do you think this is, Asher?
That's a good question. I think it's
is it finesse?
It's probably ghosting, isn't it?
Yes. I think so.
I don't have any of that. Sure.
Well, you can always push yourself. Cool. So ghosting, you'll be in a risky position, right? You might be found, and you'll have standard effect because you have blueprints.
Okay.
Does that apply to all of us or just to?
Yeah, everybody is under that action.
Okay. No, I mean standard effect.
Yeah, you'll have the effect of the leader.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so it won't matter.
So you're looking for 6s to crit.
So I don't get any bonus or anything.
If you push yourself, then you can get a die.
Or maybe I'll do that. That sounds good.
Yes.
Or does anyone have any cool ripples?
I have a ripple. You all died. I'm just kidding. I have
Is
a
there
ripple.
a fire somewhere?
I have a ripple. They notice the ship below them.
I'll just push myself.
Sounds good. Okay, so everybody roll ghost. So
I'm
far,
sorry.
yeah. 1 stress, 2 stress. Oh, 1, 5. That's good.
Wait, Lauren, you get a bonus.
Is that with the bonus?
That's my bonus.
Nice. That's good.
Wait, you only have 1 die of prowl of ghost?
I've got none in ghost, but I get a bonus die when avoiding detection.
Yeah. So
I
what
am very-
about?
You don't do much hunting on ships, do you?
Okay, so the highest
I
roll
just
is a
look at things.
5, and you take 2 stress. So stressful. Okay, so on a risky action, fun things happen. You do it, but there's a consequence. You suffer harm, a complication occurs, you have reduced effect, you end up in a desperate position. So you do ghost there. Let's see, reduced effect. Complication. I think the complication is you get to like the quarantine area corridor and you hear steps coming towards you, right?
So who's in front?
There's like a patrol coming. Or like probably just someone walking around or whatever, right? Before you can look in the quarantine area.
Who's in front?
Obscures us so that people can't see who you are.
Oh, they don't make us look like somebody else?
They like just obstruct your face, look like it's like all cybernetic and stuff.
Ah, sweet. Okay. So I guess I'll turn on our obscures.
Yeah, it's in italics so that it's assumed that everybody's pretty much always using them or whatever on the job. Yeah, so does he think want to resist those consequences?
I can try.
Okay. So how is it that you avoid that consequence of somebody coming by? Do you just move quicker or?
Maybe I've like mapped out where on the map like patrols would go, right? So we can try to avoid like main areas, right?
Right. Okay. And so what is that? Sounds like insight?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be like studying.
Mm-hmm. So you take 3 stress.
All right.
So stressful.
So stressful. This is a very stressful situation.
But you go a different route and you don't hear the footsteps. And as you get close to the quarantine area, maybe there's like a a button that like there's nobody there. No, just kidding. There's like a button that probably makes it from like opaque to just transparent, right? And you see like the people in normal what's it called, the prison stuff where they have like, it's not manacles, it's like shackles, but they're bolted to the ground, you know, so they can kind of like walk around and stuff like that, but they're bolted down there, and it would be bad if it was ejected instead. So what's the plan? You know that they're in there, and you see your friend, they're in there. And you also see that like the there's a sort of like dampening tech that's on, and that's what cut off the signal from Reyna's hacking device there. They like noticed that a signal was coming out and then put on like a thing that killed the frequency. They're not slaves, they're prisoners, right?
I know, but like when you think of the image of them being chained to it and then you can inject the quarantine pod,
yeah,
it's like reminiscent of what happened to the slaves on the ships when they were getting caught.
I get it. I'm sorry.
No, go.
No, I very like no, this is dumb and cheesy. No, I was thinking like flashback to like when kids and stuff speak in code to each other, that kind of thing, you make up their own secret language. There's like a frequency that is available because it's one that she and I like made when we were kids. That we can communicate on.
Can it be like something analog though? Because they probably would have made it so that like no signals coming out. So maybe it's like you taught each other Morse code or something like that, so you can tap on the glass or whatever, right?
Yeah, totes.
Cool. And so, what is that an action? Like,
yeah,
just saying like, we coming.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like, okay, hurry up. Sounds G.
Filter, can you open the door?
Of course. Is the door locked?
Yes, the door is locked.
But we don't want to blow it, right? I mean, do you have... Is this where I would use maybe Jet's better off trying to use burglary tools, or is that...
Especially if anyone has fine burglary tools, that would be good.
I don't think I have fine.
You want to be bumping up your quality in whatever you're doing because you're on a thing that's a tier above you.
Can I mess with like the keypad or whatever to make it open?
Yeah,
sure.
I think wreck will be better.
Are you wrecking it or are you modifying it? Wrecking is like it will not work after, right?
We're like trying to be sneaky, which is a bit, but that's all we gotta do. So
this is what wreck is, right? Wreck a place, item, or obstacle with savage force or carefully applied sabotage. So that's a thing, right? Breach differences totally with force.
Well, I'm all about carefully applied sabotage.
And you like doing it quietly. Word on the street is.
Well, no, it's broken until they try and use it.
So is this another group action?
We haven't got a 6 yet, have we?
Is everybody hacking this door somehow?
Not that I don't trust you all, but I mean, I think I'm good.
Yeah. And you have fine wrecking tools, right? So cool.
Modification tools and demolition tools. Then I find wrecking tools.
So maybe you want to be... Well, it's up to you. I could see it as a modification role as well, because it's modify technology and mechanisms to create, disable, or repair, physically disable or adapt components in electronics and technology for an alternate purpose. Pick a crypto lock or crack a smart safe.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, but it depends because you like your, you have your special abilities too. So whatever way you think would be best, you can frame the scene like that.
Actually, yeah, I really like the saboteur thing, so I'll destroy it quietly.
Okay, well, sounds good.
Pocket some parts on the way.
Sounds good, because it's going to be like you know, you could not get it open and wreck it, right? So okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Right, so is that risky standard?
It would be, yeah, you have fine quality. So yes, standard. Risky standard.
Sweet ass.
A
Too
good
easy.
distraction. Oh yeah, good. 6. Cool. So what does it look like?
I think there's a lot of like umming and ahhing over like filter, like thumbing like the explosives and then like the modification tools, and it's like, and then just like sadly puts the explosives back and like breaks off the front of like the biometric scanner or whatever, and just like gets to like tearing out pieces of it one at a time, and then just like jamming 2 circuits together as the doors open.
Cool. So next obstacle would be so all these people are in there. They're, I assume you come in being like, shut the fuck up, right? Not like overjoyed or whatever. I think maybe there's like a tender embrace from Raina and Wolfie, right? All that water under the bridge.
Yay.
Yeah. All it took was cutting into a ship and returning. It was simple, really. Cool. So next, though, is the plan to just get her out or everybody out? Because that will change the role.
You gotta go for everyone, right?
Okay.
You can't just let them take these people away.
Right. And so there's more than double you. It's going to take some time, right? And how is it that you plan to do that? I'm assuming this is group action. Yeah.
Question: is it going to take a lot of time if we use the sun jets? If we all use sun jets, then I think it would be pretty fast.
Yeah, I think it would be faster.
I mean, we wouldn't get them unmanacled, but we'd get them free.
Right. Yeah, I like that. So you're wrecking it with your sun jets? And if you have a fine one, somebody could lead it with better effect as well.
There's such a thing as a fine sun jet?
Yes.
I've got
Yeah.
fine demolition tools.
No, don't blow them up.
No!
No fun.
Okay, so who is leading this group action? Or is everybody...
If it's
doing
wrecking,
different
it's
things?
filter, I think.
Okay, so with all 4 of you, your scale goes up. But it's tier 2 equipment. And there's more than double of them than you. But it wouldn't take too long. It's going to be a little bit noisy because they're like jets of, of like plasma.
And risky because people get burned from the plasma.
Yeah, I think it's going to be risky, desperate. Or limited, sorry. Risky, desperate. Yeah. And then you can push yourself for effect if somebody is leading this action.
So you said it was risky.
Limited. Unless whoever is leading this action pushes themselves for effect.
I can use special armor to push myself to wreck machines or structures. Would this count?
Sure. So you're the one leading it?
Of course. Wrecking
Okay.
things is my job.
We'll give it to you. Sure.
So
Cool.
that makes it standard effect, yeah?
Yeah, risky standard.
Jet is gonna push himself because he doesn't have any wreck. So it's, for him, this is stressful for some reason. Even though he's former military, I guess for some reason when he's trying to destroy things, he's not very good at it.
Well, he probably wrecks people, but
A lot better, yeah.
yeah. So that's a fail. And oh, that's a 6. Oh, crit. You're synchronized.
Yes.
And then one more person. Did everybody roll?
I haven't because I'm on the ship, so I didn't know how.
You're on the
that
ship?
works.
I thought you're with us.
I thought I was piloting the ship.
No, you're
You
guiding
really-
everybody to this room, right?
Oh, were you guiding everybody vocally? Was that the idea?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were actually on the ship with us.
Yeah, I thought so.
I
Okay.
could pilot the ship from here, I guess.
Or one of the troop could. It doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, I was just
I thought they were
picturing
piloting it.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. I can roll then. So risky standard.
Yeah. Because you need the scale. So you failed anyway. Okay. But you have the scale anyway. So you take 2 stress, but you also crit, which is real good. Real swell. So I guess you were right. It is a lot quicker than you expected. What is the additional benefit, you think? What would an additional benefit from getting them out be? Do you want them to do you want them to storm the guards or whatever? Like what would having more of these people be advantageous for?
Maybe they have information we can use.
Sure, yeah. Maybe after
again,
when you talk to them.
They can be cannon fodder or a distraction as we make our getaway.
Okay, so do you want to see if you can get out of here fine, and if not, then we'll see if the additional effect is helpful?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Okay.
I mean, because what I'm thinking is, they could try and take over. It depends on them. If they're mad at these people, they may want to take over the ship and get revenge, depending on who these people are. In the
Yeah.
containment area, right? If they're like soldier types, then they might want to fight back and take over the ship. Or some might want to come with us, but it's up to.
They're like gardeners and stuff from that
Oh, wow.
village. So I don't think they're like particularly be like, let's go fuck them up or anything.
So sad.
Yeah. I could roll, I guess, to see if they're roll to see how militant they are.
Well, I know what the benefit could be. If you're saying that they're farmer types and they might be timid or not rebel types, then maybe that we inspire them and they're stimulated and they're coordinated and they listen to us. So it's not a matter of chaos or panic, but they follow what we tell them to do.
Sure. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Okay, so is everybody just the plan now is just to get back to the ship, right? Stealthy, all ghosty it up. Who's ghosting? Who's leading the ghost?
I mean, I have like at least 1 bonus die in it, so like I'm pretty good at ghosting.
Isn't your 1 bonus die the only die that you have, though?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it's up to you. If you have stress to take, then it's good, right? You have synchronize, so
I do it. I could take some stress. If unless someone else is like, I mean, I'm okay with like relinquishing the title of like best stealther.
Fictionally, it makes more sense. So why don't we, even if you don't have the mechanics for it, why don't we just say that you do it? I think it makes more sense. And You've also got Binky, so you can Binky have like kind of like go ahead a little bit, look around corners for you and whatnot.
And Binky is camouflaged.
There you go.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'll give you additional effect. So you'll have standard effect, and if you let's see, it would be limited because there was going to be a lot of people, but then the additional effect that you just got is to make it standard then. Is that good?
Did you say if it's risky or desperate?
It'll be risky. I don't think it'll be desperate. You guys got a 6, so they're not like, what's that, Lassie? Trouble at the well? So it'll be risky, standard, and then if you... Oh, okay, so you failed. Cool. Oh, another failure.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. I think it's all the people. We're off balance.
Yeah, we roll poorly, so it's probably them.
Well, we're supposed to be like awesome dudes, right? Awesome people. So
it's everyone else's fault. It's fault carrying like 100 pounds of like equipment.
Oh my god.
Do we all fail?
We all failed. I even pushed myself to get an extra dice on top of my bonus dice, and I still failed.
So you can.
Well,
You can resist the consequence, right?
I think fictionally, we've
didn't-
established Wolfie is not that good at stealthing.
Well, there should be 4 rolls and there's 3, right?
Oh yeah, still heat sick.
Oh yeah.
Save us, heat sick.
Save us, you're our only hope.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh my god.
So that's 4 stress. And
Yeah.
is,
Okay, I went from having like pretty much no stress to like I'm real close to not being fine.
right. So I think we get the classic scene of like somebody trips, right?
Probably me.
Everyone's no. You're like, as we say, that you're the competent ones, right? So we get like maybe there's like somebody in poor health, right? And they like trip over something. They're really scared and like freaking out and stuff like that. And that is when, let's see, I'll do a fortune roll to be nice. Okay, cool. So there's just 2 people that show up. There's like a pitter patter of feet, but more than that, it's like it's like the SWAT team run up action, right? And you're in a desperate situation. They have guns, and it's hard to have them not shoot and hit somebody, right? They might not hit you, but they might hit other people. Also, this is a consequence you can resist. If Wolfie wants to. Maybe they don't trip at all. Also, there's teamwork, so anybody can resist.
Oh, so if it's a group action, any of us can resist?
Technically, yeah. Like the consequence is happening to Wolfie, but teamwork allows for a resist.
I'll do it. I'll take the resist then.
So what happens? How do you do it?
Catch them.
How do I do it? This is easy. I catch. Yeah, it's whoever. So one of these people like bumped into Wolfie, causing her to trip over somebody else. But Jet like spins around quickly and catches Wolfie before she even makes a noise.
Okay. I like how I like positioned it so it was one of the prisoners, but you like repositioned it so it's Wolfie who falls anyway. I was like, no, you guys are confident. You're like, no, we fucked up for sure.
No, we're competent, but they like messed us up.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sounds good. So what do you think that is? Is that prowess?
Yeah, it all seems like it's sort of physical dexterity and all that. Sure.
Cool. Sounds like it's finesse, right? He'd think.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. So hit that. Let's see how much stress you take.
Not that I'm really good at it, but yeah. How do I get bonus dice for this?
You would just push yourself.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna push myself then.
Or can I help since it's finesse?
It's not finesse.
You can't help on a resist, but you only take 1 stress. That's pretty good.
Sweet.
Right.
Well,
And then
I add and 1 for the one I added, right?
So now the real question is, so now you want them to see you, right? To chase you into the storm? Or is it the plan just to fuck off sneakily in the ship?
I don't
Everybody's
think we
aboard.
ever thought we'd actually be this stealthy. Like,
It is pretty good.
Well, we're backing up. So because I wanted to make sure. So I pushed myself to make that roll. So I took 2 stress then, didn't I?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And then you all, you did the catch for Wolfie. Everybody goes to the cargo bay. You load them all up.
Mm-hmm.
You're in the ship.
We're
and now
you're down to the other ship, like all like synchronized and beautiful.
Yes.
As the wind starts kicking up because the storm's coming.
Yeah. So now you want to go into the storm to hack it, or
yeah.
Oh
man, these people are all going to get so sick.
Okay. So I wonder.
And we don't have the quarantine room for them anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't suppose these modules are identical. We can't steal their quarantine module.
Do you want to try to steal their quarantine module?
No, I think I want to get while it gets good.
Okay, cool. So you want to hit the storm at an optimal place, right?
Mm-hmm.
To hack it. And the storm is tier 2, right? So it's 1 tier above you.
Mm-hmm.
Your ship is tier 2, though. So it's equal in that manner. And so I will start a clock.
So what do you want? So questions for you. So we also want to traverse the storm, right?
Do you?
Well, aren't we going through the storm as our getaway? Is that the idea?
I thought you were hacking it to get data.
We're doing both, right? So this is part of the heist. So we're trying to get away, but also getting data at the same time. So
right.
I don't know sequentially how you want to do it.
Well, I think that basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make an 8-segment clock as the obstacle of the storm here. Okay. And you're going to surmount it however you like.
Okay.
But ostensibly you would need to like hit it where it's weakest and stuff, right? To like get your data.
Okay.
Let's see. Shifters. Yeah, because you want to extract data from it, right? So you'll take 3 steps after you have surmounted this 8-segment obstacle, and you can do it however you want. So it could be like, it could even just be like traversing it is gathering the data or something too, right? It depends what you guys think, whatever the plan is. I just want the ending shot of the movie before we do XP.
Sure. What do you think? I can use proprietary tech. You can push yourself to activate tech you have created and have on your person to do one of the following: safely ride or traverse an act of God up to 1 tier above you.
Okay. But will that apply to an airship?
Why wouldn't it?
Well, why would it? Right? It seems
so the
weird.
tech. No, I mean the tech. I wasn't thinking of the airship as my special tech. I was thinking I'm going to have to flashback to have the special tech. That is somehow incorporated. The flashback is that, oh yeah, I plugged this into our ship's navigation systems and whatnot, and created like a slight electrical field around the ship. So that's actually going to like help us both navigate and sort of deflect some of it.
Okay. Sure. Because it says on your person.
Well, right? The tech. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, well, it can be tech, I guess, that's extending my ability to maybe interface with the ship or help me interface with the ship and interface with the pattern so that I can both analyze and plot our way through the storm.
Okay. Sure. Okay, so and then you're pushing yourself to do this, right?
Sure.
Which means that you also get the benefit of pushing yourself.
Okay, so mechanically, I'm checking specialized tech, right?
Yeah, and then what are you trying to do? So you're able to traverse it, but what's the action that you're doing to the obstacle clock? And then we'll see how many ticks that you get. You think you're hacking it?
Or am I controlling it, right? Is that the idea? What is it more? Is if you're trying to... I guess it would be hacking it for the information, but maybe controlling it to get through it?
Sure, yeah, that sounds good.
So it might be both of those moves eventually, but I guess the first one might be...
Yeah, you have an 8-segment clock, so there'll be a few actions that you'll need to do.
The first one's probably figuring out the best path through, so I'm thinking that's probably a hack.
Cool.
To like link up with the storm.
Okay, so do that, and then
somebody's going to help me, right?
Well, you get the... I don't know how someone would help you use your protect, but you have the when you push yourself, you also get the +1d as well as that effect. So since you push yourself to do that for the proprietary tech, right? You can push yourself to activate the tech that you have to traverse the storm. Okay. So you get that benefit as well as pushing yourself benefit. So you can get an extra D or more effect. And I think you're in a risky situation and you're a standard effect because you're on the same tier as it, right? So you could get great effect or an extra D to this roll just to see how many ticks that you get more.
Is standard
I help?
How would you help?
I think Filter could like stand on the roof of the ship with the fingers And just like the sensing fingers.
She's aligning
and just like relay to Jet, like all like the barometric pressures and like temperatures and stuff like that. Info about the storm.
Sure. I'll give it to you.
I think it might be better if maybe you're just like manning the console and like dealing with the equipment.
Do you think Filter would man a console, Jet?
No.
Do you think that?
No, of course not.
Sure, it's definitely risky then. Yeah. Okay. So risky, and are you taking great effect or an extra D?
I think the way we're rolling, I'm taking an extra D.
Sounds good. Let's see how many ticks you can get. Nice. So you get 2 ticks. There you go. And risky, I think the closing shot then is maybe like there's like a stroke of lightning that traverses the storm. Like we see it like off in the distance. There's like a lightning thing and we think nothing of it, but as the steam or as the scene progresses, we see like another lightning bolt, and then we see it like traversing through this monsoon cloud right at Filter.
I didn't add Filter's die. I pushed
okay.
myself and got it, and so then I rolled another die.
Oh,
and that
that's
was
the
5.
same.
That's still the same. I was
Same.
hoping. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So
the Filter's seeing all this like Frankenstein electricity going on around her, and she's getting he's just loving it.
Well, I think there's a bolt going straight at Filter, and then that's what we close out on.
Wait for the stream.
Yeah. Lightning bolt about to hit Filter. Oh.
Yeah, so many viewers.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do XP. Alex, do you want to start?
Sure. Technical skill or mayhem. I think that happened a couple times.
Yeah, that was a few times.
I think you got at least 2.
Yeah, that was this was the Filter episode where you're just like, shh, guys, I've got this.
Alrighty. Express beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. It was the saving the people.
Yeah, you advocated for taking everybody.
I feel like that's one.
Okay. Any issues?
Issues. Not really.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yes, that's me.
Okay. And Asher?
So, address a challenge with calculation or conspiracy. I think I did that. Like getting the maps and leading people.
Definitely.
Express belief, drive, heritage, or background. I'd like to have seen that more. Yeah.
So no?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
And struggle with vice or trauma. I mean, my vice is doing new things. So we kind of did that at the beginning.
Well, but does that cause you trouble?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Well, doing new things, we were pulling you into the storm, right? The God Act. Wasn't that all like new to you and you were hesitant?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Well,
I got pulled into this whole operation.
it's like technically though it's like a mechanical thing that deals with the actual interaction of your vice, right?
Like it has to be done during downtime?
No, I just mean like typically issues from your vice would be overindulging or you not indulging it when you have a trauma and taking stress because you didn't indulge it. Or, actually, like, I think for that to have happened, you would have need to been like, I'm hesitant about this because of my vice, right?
Okay.
Not like retroactively. And okay, so
That's me.
Christo.
Let's see. Was I okay, Kangs? Was I sinister? Was Jet sinister? Was he embodying the God Act, an act of God? and being sinister.
I felt like hey guys, let's pull out our sun jets and shoot these people out of here was like pretty sadistic. That could have gone pretty badly if we hadn't rolled so well.
Because it was cold-hearted and risky in the sense that the plasma rolls could have like taken people.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
That was what I was thinking anyway.
Okay, I can take that. It was sort of it was a definite risk, especially with all of us using our sun jets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like,
it could have gone really bad.
Let's just go to town, guys. Everyone, just take everyone out. It's like, oh, I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So got that one. Didn't have any desperate rolls this time. Addressed a challenge with knowledge or technology.
Oh yeah, like the proprietary tech, and
that's true.
I feel like we used a lot of technology.
It's tried to use knowledge, but it didn't work very well.
Yeah, we tried a lot.
Tried a lot of knowledge.
We really
that
did.
Counts.
We tried to use everything that we could.
Yeah, gathering information didn't work so good this time.
No, it didn't. Express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background. I was pushing everybody into the storm, so I think I sort of got my daredevil drive there.
Yeah,
my death wish.
I do like to go into those storms.
Yep, mentioned a little bit of my background, so I think I'll take one. Wait, how did I end up with 3? And issues for my vice root or traumas during the session? Nah, didn't have any of that.
Okay, Lord.
Awesome. Didn't roll any disparate actions. Addressed a challenge with tracking our perseverance. I think I did that a couple of times, both breaking into Raida's house to figure out where she was at, and then sending Binky into the storm to try and get some information that didn't actually end up helping.
Yep.
Yeah.
Left side, strong side.
It was very useful.
Well, we haven't gotten there yet. It can still be useful.
Yeah, totes. I'm sure it will come in handy, that information. Expressed beliefs, drives, heritage, background. I feel like I got into a lot of that with like going to church and stuff, and then like trying to make good on my relationship with Raina and trying to get her back and stuff. And
yeah, I think there was a bunch of that.
Well, that was like the whole basis for the mission, wasn't it? That you got guilted at church for Raina's disappearance, and so therefore that's caused the whole issue, basically.
Those Catholics.
I think you probably could. You might even be able to get 2 for that. The whole thing was about that.
I would definitely take that. Struggled with issues from vice or trauma. Yeah, there.
You guys are against traumaing out, that's for sure.
But I did overindulge, and that was sort of what got us other things. So
count? That definitely counts. Yeah, mechanically, it's like one of the things you're supposed to get XP for, overindulging.
Cool.
So that's good.
Overindulged in church.
Mm-hmm. Who wants to do the playbook, crew book?
I'll do it if nobody else will.
Okay.
It used to be Daryl, right?
Daryl. Who's that?
Darren.
Darren, yeah. Oh, Darren, yeah.
Brian and Darren combined.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, wait, what did I do? Okay. Yeah, it was never anybody else. That's why we're all pausing and waiting for somebody else to do it. Okay, so XP. Advance toward an active god despite danger or embody a feature of one. Yep, I think we did that.
Yep.
So that's 1 XP. Contend with challenges above your current station. Yep.
Yep.
They were tier 2 and we're tier 1. Bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one.
What is your rep?
We're ambitious and sinister. Oh, I think we're
ambitious,
aren't we?
Yeah. Just like stealing some prisoners, hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah.
No plan.
Flying underneath another ship, jumping onto that ship, breaking into it, and stealing prisoners. Yes.
And it went very well, actually, too.
It did, which was sort of, considering how we were rolling, it was sort of surprising. Express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew. Daredevils. I think we got that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that makes, does it always go into crew advancement? So we got 4 XP.
Cool.
Or do we, so it just goes into crew advancement, right?
Yeah, just crew for that one.
Okay. And then what else do we do?
That's it.
We do heat.
Oh, not yet, because it's not over.
Oh, it's not over. Okay.
Yeah. They might still notice y'all.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
Because we have no weapons, so what are we going to do?
Yeah.
I got weapons. I'm a machine. I'm just not very good at shooting them.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, yeah, I think we're good then. Sweet. I'm going to stop the broadcast.